Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Trucking with me, Rollcase TV, where I continue to do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talent, but a monstrous beast. The pink lady's been doing pretty much all the work, and she's about to do some more work. But she's not going to do it until daylight. This is the path I am taking. I am doing the old scrap metal. I know I can get down here to the vehicle. It's a vehicle, right? It's a trailer, small, scout, flatbed. Is that it? Yes. Small scout flatbed. Gonna drag it along behind me. And then this, I know I can get across, but I don't know exactly the best way. There's like paths that are not crackly, and I think this fuel trailer is right on top of one. I can refuel while I'm there. And then getting up here, there's a road. Of course, it'll be adventurous. But eventually I'll get back here, which will be by the gateway. Now, if I was if I had a drop-off cargo from here, I would actually come from the other map, probably. It's a lot easier than going through all here. But, yeah. Let's get going. We're just going to go ahead and do it. And, going to be towing the thing the whole way. Scout flatbed trailer, so it's actually better if it flips over on its back. I'm not going to try to flip it on its back. And like the other trailers, I'm hoping that all I have to do is get it in the square. I don't have to like have it hitched to a Scout vehicle. Otherwise, I'd be using the other truck to get the Scout vehicle over here. The other big Zix Mastodon. I have two of these things. This is the Pink Lady. I've also got the Blue Baron. They both have the paint splotch livery on them. That some people really like, most people really hate. But the person that counts, the hero of this episode, doesn't care what other people are. All right, we are just about, this is the fifth episode in a 6, right? 9, yep. Wait, I've done 4. Yes, this is 5. I screwed up and actually put a wrong one, put an extra marker in. But yes, this is, I've got 2 hours to go, including this episode and the next YouTube episode will both be included in this, in this stream. These are all recorded from a stream. In case you didn't notice the thumbnail, which says stream replay. And the path that I dug through the snow before is still here. When you reset the map, so the terrain deformation persists unless you reset the map, which people may or may not know. I would have had to go to the other map and come back to this map. So if an area gets impassable because it's so muddy and whatever, make sure that you don't have any vehicles near it, because it doesn't reset the part of the map where there's vehicles near it. Other than that, if you don't have vehicles near it, you can go ahead and you can just go ahead and trying to think, what is crackly here and what isn't crackly? I don't remember. That's crackly. This vehicle does not care. So yeah, if something that's too impassably muddy, am I gonna just try to fit through here? Probably not the smart thing to do. Yep. Once you can't get through, you go over. But having that path there helps, because I know that's the way to get down to the river on that side. Getting up to the other side, though, is a little bit harder. Don't not get the big disadvantage of this vehicle is that it gets hooked in those. It's a tree hooked between its axles. Without the bed on here, it's especially susceptible to getting trees hooked between its front pair and its rear pair of axles. Well, I'm hoping to finish this task during this YouTube episode, and that will make for the last task in Kola Peninsula. But I still have a bunch of contracts to do. All the contests are done. I have a bunch of contracts to do. Any contract that involves this map is either a source or destination is yet to be done. I did all the contracts. Oh, is this it? I did all the contracts that were exclusive to the first map, but I didn't do the contracts that involve both of these maps. Okay, now, do I want to purposely flip the thing around? I'm tempted to, but I think this winch point is actually high enough off the ground. Oh, there isn't a single front. Is there a single rear spot? There's a single rear spot. I don't want to drag it off some. Oh no, that is the rear there. Okay, I need to get to the front. Can I reach it now? Is that solid? No, that's not solid. Well, it's more solid than I would have liked. If I had realized that the front of it was over here. Oh, and I still can't get it? Come on. There we go, finally. Okay, here we go. Maybe I'll be lucky and it'll tip over as I'm driving it. It's much easier to carry when it's upside down. Although with the snow and all that stuff, it's probably not going to matter. But see, that front wheel kind of doesn't do really well on the ground. But at least it is a wheel. A little slack in there so we don't get collision boxes. Colliding. Here we go, buddy. Won't get you to where you need to be. I'm not sure why. I could have gotten them a different Scout fuel trailer easily enough, but this apparently is sentimental. And love this vehicle. other vehicles might tip. And one of the reasons I have this crane, well, I have this crane here for multiple reasons. It does make it a little bit more dangerous to drive, but it also gives me some counterweight. If I think I'm not going to make it up a slope, I can put the crane on the uphill slide. And that gives me plenty of counterweight. And I've used it. I've used it for that purpose, believe me. And I've used it when I've almost tipped over to tip my vehicle back the right direction by using it as a counterweight. I haven't tipped this vehicle over. I've tipped the vehicle over a few times, but it always has been just right enough that I'm supposedly on it. Just upright enough that I could still start the engine. The engine had stopped, but then maybe I rocked the cast bar, got it, and stopped. Am I supposed to drive over that rock? Is that what you're telling me to do? This tree is a little bit in the way, and that makes me really nervous, because trees are my thing. He gets in that axle. If trees are caught in the axles, I could be in big trouble. Okay, now this is where I say, yep, I want to get to that mark over there. How do I get there? Oh, you figure it out. But if you can see, there is kind of a mark on the ice, which I drove off of last time. There is kind of a mark on the ice, and that's not crackly, but right here. Problem is that trailer is right in my way. Which means I am going to drive around it slightly, and once you get off of the crackly ice, off into the crackly ice, it's kind of hard to get back onto the good ice because I expect the thing I'm dragging to catch. Yeah, now see, getting back up here is difficult because you're really crooked, but I am going to have to get straight on this thing. So pulling in some of that crackly ice can kind of unavoidable. And is this treacherous in such a wide truck? You know it, brother. Have I done it several times before? You know it, brother. Does that mean I am invulnerable in getting across here? You know I'm not, brother. Now, this is crackly ice I've gone over before. I need to get back over to this good ice. And the Zix Mastodon can go through the crackly ice on this map at least. So never a worry. Make my life a little bit easier. Stay on that Zamboni path. That's what it looks like to me, the Zamboni path. But then I live in Minnesota, so everything looks ice hockey related in Minnesota. Am I right? Yeah, I should have backed up and got rearranged again, but okay. All right, now, through those trees, I'm thinking, that's what my markers said. I think a bunch of them are collapsible. I had to look down and see that I still have the winch attached. There's a lot of panic involved in that. There's also a lot of leaning forward. Alright, there's this so-called road, I think, here. And yes, I am on so-called road now. Veering to the left. Well, cool. If we can get this done during this hour, then for the last hour of the stream, I'll be able to start on some contract, which will mean probably taking a vehicle over to the other map. Because I'm sick of this map. I was sick of the first map, too. I'm equally sick of this map. Been on this map for a long time. Hoping to get through all of my other regions so far. We're done in under 100 episodes. Well, one was a little over 100, one was 90, the other one was almost exactly 100. They averaged, the first three regions in the original game, they averaged 100 episodes. I let myself slide over so that I would have the rock brace me. I don't want to stay on this side of this rock. I thought there was room there. Okay, that rock, slippery rock. Go down here. Yes, this isn't the most maneuverable vehicle, but we're going to drive over the rocks. Doesn't have to be. Not rock. Don't think I have to use the crane yet. I've thought that before. No, I don't think I'm on the road anymore, right? No, at some point I'm getting off of the road, so... Going down by the river, and try to stay in maybe the rocky area because it won't be crackly there. The little rocks are usually not crackly. But once I get to the left of the little rocks, again, this vehicle, if I do get in a little crackly ice, it's fine. You can power through it. That's why this is easy mode. It's a normal playthrough. No new game plus, no mods. But it's easy mode because I'm using exclusively paid DLC vehicles. Vehicles that are, you have to pay extra that don't come with any of the season packs. And it's not because I'm made of money. And it's not because I recommend you doing what I'm doing. Although I do recommend this truck, the Mastodon. It's because I'm bad. And I got the game on a big sale, so I could. And a lot of games, most games I do... okay, what am I doing now? Am I getting back on the road? No. Why do I say there? Don't go there. Stay along here. No reason to go there. No reason to go there. Staying along the river. It's because I got everything on sale. I got the like 4th anniversary edition or something on a major sale. And so I took the money, like 50% off. And so I took the money I saved and bought the extra DLC, the extra vehicles and stuff. And I started to play it without that. And I just about quit the game. It was too difficult. And then a friend of mine said, hey, you have the DLC? This DLC? And I said, well, actually I do have all the DLC. And he said, here, let me take you to Russia. You can buy this truck on a, on a multiplayer game of his. So I was signed in my first playthrough game. And this one started over brand new, just for the series. And he said, here, get this truck, the Zix Mastodon. And I got that truck, and I said, oh my goodness, I can actually play the game now. I love the game. I was going to quit it because it was ridiculous trying to use the trucks that actually came on the map. With this truck in particular, I can actually play the game. So I did, and I fell in love with the game all over again, and decided to go ahead and start a YouTube series, or a Twitch/YouTube series. Streamed on Twitch and then broken into episodes and posted on YouTube. Okay, now what? Am I thinking I'm going to get up to that road at some point? Not sure where the road is. I see like some scrub brush, so I can drive over that. That is supposed to be road there. Avoid the rocks still. Don't have to avoid the small trees. Road is actually on that rock? No, the road is... Oh, I'm turning right here. Oh, no, no. I got here a lot faster. Come on. A little bit. All right, I'm on a road. I'm on a boat. I'm on a horse. I'm on a porch. If you get that, all of those references, congratulations. If you don't, look them up. I'm not your Google. You'll look it up yourself. First person to give me the right answer in the comments wins a free attaboy or attagirl. Or way to go. At your choice. The road is supposed to be to the left of these telephone poles, but it seems like to the right of them is a little bit better way to go. At least right now. Okay, where am I going now? I'm going right there. Okay, so forget the telephone poles. I'm only there to get fuel, I believe. Turn around. Is there a fence I can knock over? I sure hope so. Horn warning. Those trees can't go, but I think this tree can. There we go. Don't get hooked on the tree trailer. And I'm sure one of the things must involve this helicopter in some way. One of the contracts. Let's look. Okay, and then I turn up that road, and then I got a whole mess to do. But it's all supposedly road, and I supposedly can cross there, and then I'm there, and I'm there. still right side up. Ooh, it's a little close. Oh, okay, it's not as close. And if you're trying to play this in hard mode, I admire you. Nope, I did not do it. Come on, back up. Get a collision here. I'm not stopping the engine. Okay. That will release the winch. I don't want to release the winch. Get the new windshield. Now we just follow the dots. Ever play those things? They still have those things? Like on mobile, you have all these dots on the screen. You look randomly placed, they have numbers by them, and you're supposed to connect the dots with lines. And when you do, you see a rabbit or something. Sorry, I think soda, my ice may have crinkled. I'm going to risk crinkling some more and have another big meetup. Gotta hydrate. Streaming for 7 hours or so. 6-7 hours. I'm gonna hydrate. I do have marathon streams. If you're watching this on Twitch, it hasn't happened yet. If you're watching on YouTube, though, I think you probably missed it by now. The first Saturday in August. Whoa, 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 whoa. First Saturday in August is my mid-spring. Okay, where is this going? My mid-spring marathon, my midsummer marathon stream. I do it the first Saturday. It's a 12-hour stream from noon until midnight U.S. Central Time, which is 6 p.m. 1800 hours until 0600 hours next day in UK. Staying to the left. So I have the option of going to the left or the right of that. I will be. Yes, it's a marathon stream. I do it every 3 months. Middle of all the seasons, so first Saturday in August, November, February, and May. I only had to count out the months for a couple of those. Shout out again to Wessel on Wheels. I talked about, there's a link to his channel on my YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube channel on the homepage, you'll see featured channels. He's one of the last ones on there. I have to open up because I'm in chronological order. But yeah, Wessel on Wheels. He's done the same sort of thing as far as streaming his playthrough, but he's playing it in hard mode, so he's crazy. But then again, it isn't the first time he's played through it. He's played through the game multiple times. And he started a few years back, 3 years back, maybe 4 years back, I don't know. But then eventually caught up to everything that was available at the time. And now is, yeah, it's crackly ice, so and now I think he's finished the 18th region, and the 19th region hasn't come out yet, which may be the last region, but I hope not. I hope they decide to do another 4-pack, because I think they'll make money on it, and I hope they keep supporting the game. You know, The development team has moved on to other games. The asset team, you know, still makes some easy money for them because people will buy it. But then, of course, you know, I don't know how Season 4 sold, whether Season 5 will still be expected to sell. After Season 5, I'll be satisfied, mostly because I want there to be 23 episodes, 23 regions, because 23 is a perfect number. It's my favorite 2-digit number. If you want to hear why, nobody wants to hear why, but I'm going to tell you anyway. 23 is a prime number. It's also, if you're in base 10, the first 2 digits are 2 and 3, which are the first 2 prime numbers. You are really a pain here, Mr. Rocks. And 2 plus 3 is the third prime number, 5, which is true in any case. Well, that's true, but not 23 necessarily base. Anyway, and then 2 times 3 is a first perfect number, 6. And there's other things. 2 to the third, 3 squared. Those are all single-digit powers of 2. They are the final single-digit powers of 2 and perfect squares. So there you go. All these good reasons that 23 is a great number. And now where am I going? Yes, I got through those rocks. People thought I couldn't do it, but I did. People knew I could do it if I let go of the trailer, but no, not me. And now I'm gonna get stuck just because of my hubris. But no, I'm not stuck. I am not on the road, but I'm not stuck. We are definitely going to get this done. Don't say stuff like that. Good thing I'm not superstitious. We are getting it done. It looks like we're getting it done. We have this little bridge. We want to take the bridge, or do we go? I think this truck might get stuck if I go across, just because its nose is low enough to the ground. So I will take this little broken bridge, as long as I can get lined up on it. And take out the tree. We're there. How close am I now? I'll be so happy when all these are done, but I wouldn't be surprised if this very last one opens up a new one. Sometimes you do tasks, and then once you finish the task, it opens up new tasks. I would not be surprised if this very last one I chose poorly and opened a new one. Sorry about the ice clink. My ice is getting low and it's clinking. I don't think you could hear me chewing the ice. It's good. Oh, look! Mud! Ha 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 ha! Whoa! Maybe I should have tried to hit the mud dead on instead of halfway. And is this a turn I'm making here? Yes. A little wide so I can. And did not have to detach the thing once. And I can't hear the songs really well. Which saddened me, because in the past I could sing to the songs, but Kola Peninsula is such a crappy place, I can't even sing to the songs. Oh well. That's a good haul, Iceman! I'll send them to the city, and we share the spoils. What did I haul? It was an empty trailer. There was nothing on the trailer. Alright, that was good money for the work I did, though, so I will gladly take your 6,450 buckaroonies. And, stop the engine. And, how much money do I have now? Doesn't it say on here somewhere? Yes! Almost 5.5 million buckaroonies. Yay. Wait a minute. Watchtowers unlocked 5 of 6. 5 of 6? Watchtowers? What? What? Ah! There's another watchtower! Wait, how? What? How did I miss that? Oh, you dirty, rotten scoundrel, you. Okay, this is obviously to be taken up this way, and they probably expect you to take it up with your local authority, but no, I'm taking it up there with a vehicle. Oh, I can't believe there's a watchtower there. Okay, I am going to use this truck, which is right outside the garage. I missed. How could I have missed that watchtower? I did this task. Did dirty business. Yes, I've done all the tasks now, but I still have a watchtower to get. And then these I can't take back, but I have all these trailers to take back as well. Okay. Well, let's, has this thing been to the garage? It looks like he's been to the garage. I think I just let him out of the garage. And here. Yep, it's all repaired. Okay. He's got all his repair points, right? Yeah, okay. So he's good and ready to go. He's not gone anywhere. The other guy will sit there and think about what he did. So, the way to get there... I know I can get across here now. It looks like the way to get there, that you're supposed to get there, is through here. I can't believe I missed the watchtower. Seriously. And now this is going to be another one of those where there's rocks I'm going to have to climb over, and maybe there'll be trees to winch to, maybe not. It looks like there will be. Well, good. Bonus material. Probably not going to be able to get there during this episode. So I'll have a cliffhanger. And it shows rocks there. Probably the snow next to it is better. Do I go all the way around this way? I don't even know if that's a good way. Is that an icy path or is that a snowy path? This is an icy path, but it's not up a hill, I don't think. We'll try it. I don't know if I've ever been this way before. We'll try it. And if I fail, I'll try it again a different way. I can't avoid the ice going there. I think I will do that. But this is flat ice. I'm pretty sure I've been across here before. This vehicle does not do well in the ice. It doesn't even come with ice tires. Yeah, this is a long way to go, but we're getting there. We'll get there. We're taking the long way around. That kind of looks like a dangerous slope. This looks like it's less dangerous. So we'll do that. Is to visit all these great points of interest. I know it can be kind of boring watching me lay these waypoints out, but I need them, and also one of my pet peeves is when people do Let's Plays and they don't show you. Oh, I'm coming this way. I was thinking, if I was coming back this way, I would grab that trailer and take it to the trailer store, but no, I'm not coming back. I've watched people play the game and they're saying, oh, this is a playthrough. I'll show you the most efficient way of getting through this, and this. And then they say, here's the most efficient way of going. Like, well, which way did you go? Which tree did you turn left at? I'm not following you. So, if you show the path, I think that's a lot better. Although I'm not finished with it. Everything on this map got a lot easier once I did unlock the garages, and the only thing I ever looked up in this game to this point was how to unlock the garages. I did it in the middle of the stream. I borrowed my roommate's tablet during a break in the stream because it was insane. There's almost no way to figure out how to unlock the garages because you got a couple of things that you need to do first, and knowing the order that you need to do the things in is very difficult. So I don't know what episode it is, and I could show you that that I did it. I don't have titles on my streams, my replays, other than to say episode whatever. I don't have details on what I did during that particular playthrough, and the reason is because I have a lot of playthroughs. Oh, wait, I see a chat. Did I miss it? Cosbox! You forgot how addicting Valkyria was. I missed the chat. Your chat's in dark blue. It looks the same colors as my stream elements. I'm so sorry, brother. I missed your chat. Hopefully you're still there. I have never played that game. I think I've heard of it. At least I've heard of that character. Right. Let's get it, morning. Wrong button. We can get started for a little ways, but I'm not going to get to anything difficult before my timer runs out for this episode. Lights are on. Alright. Let's go down the road a piece, and then it'll be time for me to take a break. And I will be still around on YouTube. You are here! It's a PS3 anime set in World War, which in a particular World War? There's been a couple of them. Yeah, maybe you mentioned it to me before. I don't know. I think I missed it mostly. I'm glad to hear it's addicting and fun. This game is addicting and fun. It's also addicting and frustrating. And it's also addicting in the same way that a lot of things that aren't good for you are addicting. Like, it can be dangerous to your health. Anyway, I am up over 45 minutes. Some of these episodes run a little long. Let me get to some good terrain here, and then I will... Let me figure out where I want to go. I want to go... Yeah, I'll go to... I'll go a little bit longer. Having a break with simulations. I got very frustrated with Farm Simulator. I've never played Farm Simulator. It always looked interesting to me, but I never played it. The game, the people that made SnowRunner, they have a new game they released called Roadcraft. It should have been called Roadrunner. It's called Roadcraft, and they call it a MudRunner game, but it's nothing like MudRunner, and it's nothing like SnowRunner. It's by the people that made SnowRunner and MudRunner, but it's nothing like them. So, anyway, but it's called Roadcraft, and it reminds me of... It doesn't remind me of this game. It reminds me of... Farm Simulator, from what I've seen of it, where you have those kind of repetitive tasks back and forth. Anyway, I am going to take a break here. Hang around, Cosbox. I'll be right back. I'm just going to take a few minute break. If you're watching on YouTube, though, that's going to be it for this YouTube episode. You can say hi, YouTube, if you'd like, Cosbox. That's going to be it for this YouTube episode. The next episode will be the next weekday at noon U.S. Central Time, which is 6 p.m. or 1800 hours in the UK, and 0600 hours the next day in New Zealand. Either way, Twitch, stick around, YouTube next episode. Thank you much for watching, and I will see you then.